The following is a Saturday Morning TVLog Special from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm the Big D, and this is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews with a Saturday Morning TVLog Special made just for you. So this week, I'm going to be doing a double special. Talking about two long-lost Saturday morning shows from a long time ago. And these shows have not been seen in ages and what have you. And, well, one is considered to be lost and what have you. So anyway, this show is just, these two shows I feel like are just probably long forgotten unless you grew up in the 70s, and I think maybe you will remember this show or both of these shows, as these were both NBC shows during the time that they only aired mostly live action shows during their 1976 to 1977. So if you're ready, let's start with the first show. First up is Mcduff the Talking Dog. The show was produced by Wilder Rayner Productions along with D'Angelo Bullock Allen Productions, who also produced Monster Squad, which debuted the same year on the same network, which I've already talked about that since that show can be found. This one, unfortunately, no. The show centered on the ghost of a 100-year-old sheepdog who used to live in the home now owned by a veterinarian, Dr. Calvin Campbell, played by Walter Willison, who had appeared in numerous Broadway productions and regional productions. He also had appeared on NBC's hit soap A Days of Our Lives. Now, in Mcduff, whose voice was provided by Jack Lester, nay, Jack Lester Swineford, could talk not only to the other animals but also to Dr. Campbell. However, the doctor was the only person who could hear or see Mcduff, which often led to wacky situations. Now, the show. Now, also in the cast, we had Michelle Stacy as Kimmy Campbell. I think that's the daughter to the doctor. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me, okay? And if you've actually seen this long ago. And then it's Dr. Campbell's neighbor, Amos Ferguson, played by Gordon Jump, before WKRP in Cincinnati even came out 2 years later. Now, at the beginning of the 1976 77 television season, this was part of a 3-hour block of 6 live action shows. Now, of course, I've already tackled Monster Squad. Now, I will be talking about 2 hours later on once I can find an episode or two of them, which were Big John, Little John. And the other, I know I can find that one, The Kids from Caper. The other one, which is still ahead, plus also the third and final season of Sam Murray Croft's big hit Land of the Lost. This, of course, was the first show to get the axe after only 2 months, and aired only 11 out of its 13 episodes that were produced and aired. Not produced, well, that had been produced, excuse me. Apparently, the show was never seen again, and the original films were lost in a fire, making a release of this material impossible. The only known evidence that survives is a promo for the show during the credits of the Pink Panther Laugh and a Half Hour and a Half show, which of course started the same year. There is a way you can see clips from this. You can find it on the NBC's Smiling Saturday preview special that starred the late great Freddie Prinze, who was big on Chico and the Man at the time before he took his life early the following year. which you can find exclusively on YouTube. Now, of course, I can give you a look at uh, just a little bit of this, so stand by. Here's a shot of the doctor along with Mcduff, and of course, there's young Michelle Stacy. Actually, I just checked a source, so you don't have to correct me. I just discovered little girl's actually Dr. Campbell's little sister, not a daughter. So my mistake, folks. Like I said, I've never actually seen the show, but now you see the couple of the main characters and the titular character. Now, of course, there has been talk that there's been one episode in 16 millimeter form flowing out there somewhere, but I can't really guarantee that. The only way you can also check out the show is the show's opening credits are available to see on YouTube. And that's it. That's all I know of this show. But if you have seen Mcduff the Talking Dog back in the day in 1976, congratulations. Now to the next show. The next show I'm going to talk about is Muggsy. Now, NBC actually, well, themselves actually produced this show. Now, of course, both shows actually started out in on September 11th, 1976. Anyway, the show was filmed on location in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and centered around Margaret Malloy, aka Muggsy, a nickname, which of course she's played by Sarah McDonald, who lived with her older brother Nick, played by Ben Masters, a cab driver, in a furnished truck converted into an apartment behind the gas station. Now, each week, the series followed Muggsy's life in the inner city and the problems she faced growing up, including drugs and gangs. So, this was unlike any other show that was shown on Saturday mornings at the time. So apparently, Muggsy was one of the few Saturday morning shows that dealt with the contemporary issues of the time. Now, the only way you can find this is there's actually a video with the intro, a preview of an episode, and the show's closing credits on YouTube. And then, with Mcduff the Talking Dog, you can see a little bit of footage from the show on the Smiling Saturday Morning preview for NBC that's on YouTube as well. So that's the only way you can catch that. The theme song was performed by David Clayton Thomas, who, of course, is a member of the group Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Anyway, the show ran until January 29th, 1977, whereas I will point out Mcduff was canceled on November 20th of 76. But Muggsy ended on January 29th, 1977, but however continued in reruns. Or no, wait a minute. Yeah, until it was actually dropped in April of 77, and the Kids from Caper replaced it after being put on hiatus during a shakeup of the lineup. So anyway, only 12 of its 13 episodes were ever aired. One was never shown. Now, of course, with NBC producing this would be fun to see, but I don't think they'll be able to give this to us. I wish they would. I think this show looks pretty neato. But to see it, I sincerely doubt it. Now, of course, Ben Masters, who plays Muggsy's brother Nick, actually later went on to appear as Julian Crane on the network's 1990, late 90s, the 2000s to the late 2000s soap Passions. And he appeared in several from movies and other TV shows. But anyway, like I said, this show, like Mcduff, this show is a little harder to find than the rest. But like I said, you can find the show's intro though, along with a preview on the closing credits. So, anywho, this show is also long lost and forgotten. Will this ever see the light of day? Even though NBC had produced a show, I am going to say it's unlikely it will. But if they ever come to it, I hope for the best they'll find it eventually. Stand by. Here's a look at the characters. Here's a shot of Muggsy right there, along with her brother Nick. And then the old man there is Gus, the man who runs the gas station, who is played by Paul Michael. So anyway, that's about all I can give to you of these two shows. If these ever happen to, well, it's unlikely that we'll see Mcduff the talking dog, but Muggsy, I still can't be too sure either. I would like to see some of these. If anybody had recorded these on videotape or whatever, then they would be able to share them with us. But I can't guarantee that either. But if you have any memories of either Mcduff the Talking Dog or Muggsy, if you've seen these shows, then let me know what you thought about these shows in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Join me later tonight when I bring to you a review of Lost Highway. I'm going on with my review of that. So, if you like this, check out these other Saturday morning TV logs. I'll give you some that were live action shows from the 70s. In the upper left hand corner, you can check out my Saturday morning TV log revisited on the Ghostbusters from 1975. The upper right hand corner is the Saturday morning TV log for the original Land of the Lost from 1974, which was still on at that time. And the bottom left hand corner is the Saturday morning TV log I did on Monster Squad, which has been found. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday morning TV log. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and the Saturday morning TV logs will be back big time next week. As next week's Saturday morning TV log is Waynehead. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya.